Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. This is the card I have to share with you today. I just love it. And the reason behind this card, or the reason I made it, is I wanted to show you different ways to use the embossing folders. And I've been using quite a lot of embossing folders in projects recently. And we tend to emboss maybe just on white cardstock or maybe colour cardstock. But here I wanted to show you how good it looks embossed on Speciality paper. Now I don't know if you can see there in the background. This is the Distressed Gold Designer Series paper, and you can see how well it looks. Now this is just a plain piece that we haven't embossed yet. You can see the difference. Really makes a difference. So let's start off with some stamping and then we'll do our embossing. So I've got here a piece of very vanilla scrap cardstock, and we're going to stamp in crumb cake to sort of keep this vintage look, because it is distressed cardstock. Stamps that we're going to use is this one called Quiet Meadow, and we're going to use the floral Thinking of You and the splatters. So let's stamp our focal image. I'm going to stamp something like that. We're going to cut it down so it's fine, like that. And then I've got a strip here of paper scrap, and use this to stamp Thinking of You. Sorry if my head's in the camera. There we go, Thinking of You. So let's close up our ink pad. And clean up our stamps so that I can take them off the block without getting everything else dirty at the same time. There we go. And now I'm going to put these back while we're about it. I want to get out the splatter stamp. Now you can use it with the block, which is what I'm going to do initially, or you can use it without the block. First we're going to cut this down. No specific measurement in mind, just being very rough and ready. So looking to get equal white space around the project. And that will do. Okay. So bring back this ink pad here and ink up our splatters, and now I'm just going to add these randomly around my project. Not too many, I don't want too much. I think that will be perfectly fine, and as I say that, I feel just a little bit up there. Yeah, that will do. Okay. Bring in our daubers, because we're going to need this now. And we need to cut this one down as well, I forgot. I'm just going to do it by eye. Yeah, that will do. For me anyway. Going to use a brown one, brownish one, and a dauber. And I'm just going to sponge around the edges of my card just to give it a little bit of dimension. just like this, just running, just catching the edges. Just gives it a little frame. Do the same for our sentiment so it matches. Like that. So put that down. Get rid of that. I think there's still a little bit of ink left on here, and I've just decided just now that I want to have just a little bit like that, just so it matches in. Okay. So those two are done, so set that aside. So we're now going to put this through our embossing folder. This is a 3D embossing folder. So I'm going to put that through the Big Boss, and I'll be back. So we've put that through the embossing folder, and now you can see the difference it makes. It's just wonderful. It really looks great. And this was the metal plate, and with the distressed gold it really looks like just like that. It's so cool. So our card base is going to be very vanilla, thick, very vanilla cardstock. So we're going to stick one to the other. So let me get some adhesive on the back here. Whoops. I've got adhesive on me and everything else, of course. Let's stick this down. There we go. Now I've got this ribbon. Now on this one I tried to tie a bow bottom to right. It was I struggled, so I'm going to do it a different way this time, and I'm just going to lay some ribbon along the edge. Maybe should have done this before I started, but hey ho, it's not the end of the world. I'm just going to measure, try and get exact measurement as much as possible. And then I'm going to put some tear and tape actually on the back of this ribbon, and give it a little bit. It'll just obviously help it stick, but also helps to give it a little bit of form. Make it much stiffer than it otherwise would have been. So I'll take the backing off, and now you've got sticky ribbon. And I'm just going to slowly put this on like that. Okay. Now the next thing is I want to pop this up on dimensionals, so I need to get some of my adhesive sheet on the back of that, adhesive foam sheet, so let me look for that. Okay, so I found the adhesive foam sheet. I put a piece on the back of our focal image, and now I'm just going to stick this down like that. And I did put a piece on the back of here, but I shouldn't have. I wasn't thinking. I don't need a full piece. It was a scrap I had, so I thought I'd use it up, but actually don't need it on the full back because I'm going to have it sitting half and half. Like that. So I have adhesive sheet on the one bit, just glue on the other bit, and that way it's then totally flat. Get rid of these bits. Then I used the same ribbon we used here to make a bow, and I'm going to stick it down with some glue dots. Oops, maybe like that. And then that's our 2 cards done. So what do you think? I love the technique of embossing on speciality paper, especially this distressed gold. It really gives a great effect. I hope you enjoyed the projects. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know. And please don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you want more information about the project, the measurements, the supply list, etc., it's all on the blog post, and the links to that and all my social media links are in the description box below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.